Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to be okay with your current situation while manifesting a new one. So I think a lot of the times whenever we're getting into conversations like this, we think about how we just really want this goal. We really want to reach this goal, and we are looking up different things on how to manifest this, how to manifest that, how to get after your goals, how to become successful, which I'm going to have a video on how to become successful coming up soon. So please stay tuned for that. But yeah, when we're talking about this thing, we're usually thinking to ourselves, we have to get somewhere, we have to go over there in order to get what we desire. Like, we have to change our bodies, we have to change our lives, we have to change our careers, we have to go over there. We hate being here. Going over there is what's, necessary. But what if there was no difference between here and there? What if there was no difference between here and there? Like, physically you can go somewhere, but you're still going to be there. And I don't know, have you had this experience where you're sitting at home, or you've done the thing that you want to do, you've reached the goal that you've reached, and you're still yearning for more? Like, there's still a yearning after you've reached a goal that you have. I know I've had that experience before. Like, when I was in college, I graduated from college, and I felt so empty after I achieved this goal of mine. And there's also a goal of becoming a startup owner. And for me personally, I became a startup owner. I raised thousands of dollars for this startup. And I feel like I failed, but I feel like God or the universe is pushing me away from that because it wasn't where I really wanted to be. I just felt like the title was enough. I remember during that time, I felt like once I got that goal, I was going to be able to reach my goal of people taking the words that I say seriously, When if I really want people to take my word seriously, I should just focus on people taking my word seriously and create a purpose-filled life around people taking my word seriously, regardless of how many, people hear me or listen to me or whatever. So I say all of this to say that, Marcus Aurelius in Meditations, the book Meditations, he says, no difference between here and there. The city you live in is the world. Like, are you really going to find something different in a different city or in a different place or in a different career or whatever? Like, you're on this planet Earth and you're going to have the same human experience as everyone else. You're going to have ups and downs, So just being mindful of that while you're manifesting your current or a new situation, like, there's always going to be bad with the good. There's always going to be something that you want to change in your situation. And I just want to leave you with a riddle. The only difference between here and there is the letter T. Yeah, the only difference between here and there is the letter T. Like, you're gonna be here doing what you do, and you're gonna have to still be with yourself while you achieve all these goals. So how can you find happiness and joy while you're sitting in your current situation right now? And I know no one really wants to hear that. Like, no one wants to hear oh, I have to be happy with my current situation in order to manifest more. But you have to do things twofold. You first have to not, if you really want to do this manifesting thing, you have to, if you really believe in this manifesting thing, then you really believe that law of attraction, you create, you attract what you are, If you're happy and you feel powerful, you're going to, get more power. If you feel the richness, or if you feel money coming, or if you feel, whatever, it's going to attract to you. So we're going to have to do something twofold. We're going to have to go after the things we want, and we're also going to have to be happy with our current situation now and find the joy in our current situation now. So the next thing I want to talk about is finding things to be grateful for in your current situation while you're manifesting. First off, make a list of all the things you like about your current situation, and then lean into these things that you like, or these elements that you like more about your current situation. So if you are someone that, lives in a small house and wants to be in a bigger house, you have a house, you live somewhere, and you also have a place that you can, embellish and create as much, decoration as you want. So take the time to actually enjoy the house that you're currently living in while manifesting that new house, so that when you do have the manifestation for the new house, you're at the capacity where you can decorate, or you're already used to decorating and enjoying your space. So you go into the bigger house and you can decorate and enjoy your space. Or else you're going to go to that new big house and you're going to be like, oh, I hate this. I need a bigger house, or I need something else differently about this house. I need to change this. I need to change this. When you can be sitting there and enjoying the space that you're in. But yeah, make a list of all the current things that you like about your current situation and lean into them while working on something new. And also, if you are grateful, or you should find things that you're grateful for in your situation. But how have you already manifested a life that you desire in your current situation? Like for me, I've manifested really like lazy girl jobs so that I can focus on my creative endeavors. And for me, like these jobs are pretty boring, but that's how I wanted them to be. And now I can focus on doing the creative paths that I desire and like going after the creative things that I want to do. So for me, I've already manifested what I wanted in my current situation. And now I need to just recognize how happy and like recognize how grateful I can be about the current situation that I'm in order to move myself to the next level that I want to be in. The next thing I want to talk about is listing all of the bad things in your life and reframing them into how they can actually be good or better than the life that you're desiring. So I want to talk about the exoteric, the mesoteric, and the esoteric. Exoteric, mesoteric, and esoteric. So when you are going through awakenings and spirituality and whatnot, you might have come across the word esoteric, meaning like the spiritual, the unknown, the mystified, the this divine thing that, and it's secretive and it, like hard to reach, hard to touch or whatever, right? Well, the first level, before you get to the esoteric level, there's two more levels, so that makes three levels in total. So the exoteric is when you reach an awakening that there is good and bad in the world, and like you have the ability to change those things in your life, or like you have the ability to change your reality. Like that's the first awakening in the first level of spiritual awakenings, that there's good and bad and you have the ability to change your life or whatever, right? The second level of awakening, which is called the mesoteric level, I forgot to say that, sorry, is that there is no good and bad. All is one. The universe is mental. It's all one thing taking place at the same time. Like there is no good and bad. Like everything can be a gift if you allow it to be. And I don't know, like I feel like this can kind of be a scary thing to talk about because I come from a very middle class American, like, charmed life. Like I'm not someone that is I'm not living through, certain war things taking place in the world. I'm not doing that. So it's hard to say that all things are a gift for everyone. But if you are on the spiritual path, like also, if you have the free time and like the resources to watch a video like this right now, like in your leisure, then you are a lot more privileged than you probably think you are. And this is probably, I don't know your situation, but if you have the free time and if you're laying in bed on your phone watching this right now, you probably have a lot more privilege and resources, and you might be a lot more like me than you think you are, and you can be on this path too. You kind of have to accept that sometimes people, like, there can be some sort of good that you can see or some sort of spirituality that can be found in less fortunate or less privileged situations. I'm still learning this, or I'm still on the fence about this, but for my person, I know that if I can eliminate as much bad from my life as possible, or reframing how I think things are bad in my personal life. And mind you, this idea of being happy in your current situation no matter what came from privileged individuals. Like, if you're talking about spirituality, and like, let's talk about, for example, the fourth way. This guy who wrote this, and like the guy that he was like listening to, they were both privileged men in their societies that had the freedom to explore these spiritual ideas. And like there's also a time when they weren't as caught up on the world news as much as we were, or we currently are. So like these individuals are not people that are like watching wars taking place as much as we are on a daily basis. So I don't know what I'm even considering my personal life, but like to a certain extent, and like I mean, like I can feel sorry for stuff, but like this is I don't know. I hope you understand what I'm saying. That's the only thing I can really control is my life and my reality and my current situation. Then recognizing that there is no good and bad, like everything is just a gift to be, savored and enjoyed while it lasts is something that I'm going for, right? And I think that's something that everyone should go for. Most people should go for. And then there's the esoteric. And the esoteric, you only really get to this level by like being a symbol or studying a symbol for a long time. Like the symbol of Christianity is the cross, or like the pentagram in witchcraft, or like the David star in Judaism, or even like a monk or a guru. Like sitting there and like letting that, like just studying a person can be a very esoteric experience, or studying a symbol. So the third level is all about learning through symbols and like, you know, learning about, like, I have this book called The Book of Symbols. Hold on, let me pull it out. I have this book, yeah, called The Book of Symbols, and it's like a dictionary of symbols technically. And it's all about how you can learn and like research a lot about different symbols in the world, or symbols in books and literature. You can look up flowers, roses, dandelions. I'm thinking about flowers a lot. Fruit, Let's open up a random page. It's a long one. So, just the word so, S-O-W. Um, I love this book. You can learn a lot, and I feel like the person that created this is very in the very esoteric stage of, they've reached a certain level. But listing all the bad things in your life and trying to refrain them is actually better than being delusional or delulu. This is alchemy. This is turning tin into gold. So, for example, for me, right now I make less money than I desire, but right now I have no pressure to keep making a lot of money and like keep affording a certain lifestyle. Like I have a very stable job and like I can afford the lifestyle that I have right now. And I don't have the pressure to keep making a boatload of money at this point in my life in order to maintain a specific lifestyle that I still desire. But I'm pretty happy where I am with like the life and this lifestyle that I have right now. Also, my job is boring, but that can be a very good thing because I get overstimulated easily, and it also gives me more time to do like my creative endeavors, and like it gives me more energy to do my creative endeavors if I can be in flow while in my free time and have free time. Like I'm not a lawyer working all day for that job, or I'm not like a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a therapist, and these are all jobs that I've wanted in the past. Working all day for other people in order to make a living. Like now I can just focus on my creative processes and creative things. Another thing that could be considered bad in my life is that my social life is, kind of, empty, or like very, I'm not a socialite. I'm not in society like that. Right now, at least. I've had stints in the past where I've been very like a socialite or whatever. And I've found that the good part of this is that the relationships that I do have in my life, they're very meaningful. They're very like deep. They're very like great connections. So I am starting to not just see all the bad. Oh, and then I also have more time and like I have more space for more meaningful connections compared to like someone that has a lot of shallow friendships. This other thing, right now, for me, I want to lose weight. Like I desire to lose weight. And I'm trying to be more vulnerable about this online. Because I feel like no one is. No one I see online, unless it's a whole weight loss channel. Like, and I don't feel like doing a whole weight loss channel. It's not what I'm here for, is to be a weight loss channel. But yeah, like I want to lose weight, but I can enjoy right now being in this body and being in a body that I know has enjoyed a lot of food. And also like I'm in a body that I don't get too much negative attention from men. Like I'm not like, I've heard of, skinny women, there's like skinny women, like if you can get picked up right now, you can get picked up in like human traffic. Like if you're walking alone at night, like I'm big, like I'm someone that like, you're not going to sit around here and like try to like take advantage of me. First off, a lot of that, like from what I've gathered, I'm sure there's plus size women that like have been human trafficked, or like there's plus size women that are going through situations, but like for me, and then like I don't really get like like the attention that I get is very much based on my mind, or like I'm pretty, like I feel like I'm pretty, but yeah, like I'm not gonna have to worry about what it means for people to see me as a thin, conventionally attractive person right now. I can just enjoy being myself and doing my creative endeavors. But yeah, that's what my thoughts on listing, like list all of the bad things in your life and reframe them so that they can actually be good or better than the life that you're desiring. So that's another step for how to be okay with your current situation while manifesting a new one. Another thing I want to talk about is to do something every day to get you towards the life that you desire. So we can sit around like, oh, I want this. And like we can sit around like doing affirmations. We can sit around like, I don't know, like just planning or like just sitting in a feeling or meditating on the life that you envision for yourself. But you don't like the only thing that's real is your reality. Like your imagination can help you feel okay in that moment. But if you really want to see like you want to see these things come into your life, like it's time to take action. And this is something I'm going to talk about in a video called how to increase your confidence or how to be more confident. But yeah, doing something every day actually gets you into living the life that you desire one step at a time. So here are some examples of like how you can be doing things and not just planning to do or researching. Like instead of just sitting around like what's it called? Scrolling on social media and like just taking in that situation, taking in stuff or like saying, oh, I'm gonna have this. Or like I've heard of people, this has never been something that I've done. But people like go around on carts at like different stores and put things into the shopping carts online and like that is no, don't do that. Just actually do stuff towards your goal. So if you want to be a writer, actually write every day, or like, you not even act or do anything else. Write every day. If you want to be a content creator, create content or plan the content, and then like if you don't have the time to like video that day, if you're working that day, please do some planning, but also do some like actual content creation. Um, and yeah, if you have if you want to be a painter, paint every day. Like any endeavor that you have, please just work on it every single day and see what you can do. But yeah, like this happiness that we're constantly going after or chasing for, like you should find happiness in the pursuit, in the journey. The pursuit of happiness should bring you the joy instead of, you know, trying to wait until you get to that goal and become happy. Because once you get to a certain goal, the next goal, like for example, let's say I start making enough money online or whatever, I become a content creator, a professional content creator. My next goal is probably going to be like, oh, I need to save up a year's worth of salary in order for this to be a sustainable thing. Or yeah, before I actually like go off and do this. Like I might not even quit my job yet. I might just keep doing the content creation thing and wait until I have a year's worth of salary and then quit my job. And then that's another goal is like, how do I keep making money sustainably as I'm doing this thing? And I just think happiness is something that you can find right here, right now, and even in a cup of coffee or in doing like for me, I enjoy putting on makeup before I do these content things. I think it's fun. I also enjoy juicing. Juicing is a lot of fun. I forgot about that, and now I'm gonna be juicing a lot more often, even though I'm not on a full blown juice diet. I enjoy savory foods way too much. Thank you so much for watching. This is all I had for you today. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Bye. Oh, also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Bye.